Our 9x12 method group members have made an average of $12,987 each with the 9x12 method. And in about 12 seconds, I'm gonna teach you exactly what the 9x12 method is. But first, my name's Mitchell. I've helped hundreds of people from all walks of life sell out their first 9x12 postcard and make $5,000 in profit in their pocket within a month. And I'm talking all walks of life. I'm talking people who are absolutely dreading their career and use the 9x12 method to make cash and actually quit that job, or retirees who are just looking to make an income to stay retired, or even college students who are just looking to help pay their student loans off, and everything in between. We've helped so many different people. But for those of you who don't know what the 9x12 method is, here's a quick spiel about that. This is where you sell advertising slots on a large postcard to local businesses. And the card is 9x12 inches, hence the name, the 9x12 method. It's actually a pretty cool community builder because it allows local businesses to actually be able to afford mail marketing because they actually split the cost of marketing. And at the same time, you benefit by bringing the businesses together because you make around $4,000 profit just for coordinating it. The card is mailed to 5,000 households in the community. But imagine if you do this in 2 separate towns. That's $8,000 a month. And now this video is really meant to be inspirational, so for the people that are already familiar with the 9x12 method, this should give you courage and inspiration to actually push through the failures, push through the resistance in your brain that's telling you to quit. And for people who don't know what the 9x12 method is, this should be inspiration for you to at least try to learn a little bit more about it and see if it's for you. Maybe it's not, but it's worth looking into. And at the end of this video, once you're inspired, and at the end of this video, I'm gonna point you to another video where I literally break down the exact process for how I make sales all over email so that you can actually do this completely from home and make $5,000 in your first month profit. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm actually gonna go into our community and I'm just gonna read and respond to and talk about some of the wins that our group members have posted openly right in the group so that you can learn how they had their wins, and it'll just help inspire you to understand that this really is possible for anybody in any walk of life. So let's just go look at it. Let's see what other people have to say. Okay, so a lot of you guys might already be in our community, but for those of you who aren't, you might wanna join eventually, but no rush on that. It might be early on. So first you wanna validate that this is even something you're interested in. But in this community, we actually have a classroom where I have a course which actually walks you through step by step exactly how to sell out your first card, like tons of scripts, everything you could possibly need. And then of course there's tons and tons of other resources, a bunch of freebies that comes along with it, and all kinds of services. But alongside that, you can actually post. It's like a Facebook group where everybody can post and comment and talk to each other, and people are posting about their wins, most importantly, and it's really helpful for inspiration. So we go here to the wins tab, and that's what I'm gonna walk through today. I wanna show you guys some of our group wins, and if you're part of the group, this is really meant to be inspiration, and maybe you didn't even know this tab exists. So as I'm reading through this, you're gonna see there's so many different types of people on here winning and so many different strategies in order to win. Really anything works as long as you work on it enough, and you're gonna see that here. So let's look at some. Okay, so I really like this one. We got Ryan. He posted about a client win. His dumpster/rental junk hauler just texted him and said he booked 3 jobs within days of the mailer landing. So this is even cooler. Not only is Ryan winning, not only did Ryan make the sale, but his advertiser's winning too. His advertiser made money from his mailer. So it shows that advertiser's obviously gonna pay him to join again next month. That's fantastic when our service actually works. And honestly, that's what's most important, right? If you focus on other people winning before you, you're naturally gonna win yourself. Okay, now Ezra here had a friend in insurance buy 3 spots and wants to be on it quarterly. So for reference, 3 spots is probably around $1,500. So Ezra made a $1,500 sale every quarter, and that's just one advertiser. That's recurring income now from one person. Oh, and I should have kept reading because his first month is $1,200, so he gave him a little discount, and then $1,500 every time after that. And he includes ad design, which is pretty standard, and you can hire somebody very cheap to do that. I even have somebody on board. If you want to go to 9x12method.com/design, we can help you out. But that is an awesome sale, Ezra. And of course, you know from the first comment, you know that this works, so you can feel good knowing that you're helping out your friend who's in insurance. Okay, so I'm just gonna read this next one to you out loud because this one's insane. Pamela said, "I love this job." And Pamela joined pretty recently, easily within just the past month. And she's been having a ton of success. She said, "So the excitement continues. I sold another 5,000 piece mailer to a single company." That is insane, that's huge. "I got the call yesterday and they were having a meeting about me being their new mailer." So basically she's like their marketing agency now. "They're excited to have me on board to help them with printing and sending out their mailers." And basically what she's doing is she's being a print broker, so she's taking a split in the middle. So because she's helping them actually arrange it and mail it and ship it, she uses another printer. She doesn't have a $500,000 printing machine herself. So she's using another printer Probably the 9x12 method. And the 9x12 method gives her fantastic prices, so then she could charge a little bit more to her clientele, and she keeps the middle, but she's also providing a service by bringing them great prices from a wholesale printer. I decided to send out a little over 200 emails today and got 3 spots sold. That's easy. Bulk send emails, 3 spots sold, that's like $1,500 like the last person. $1,500 in one day from sending 200 emails, guys. It's just time under tension, all right? It's simple. It's not easy, but it's pretty simple. I met up with the owners and got the payment. I say this job is about being persistent and getting out there with businesses to help them in the community. That's true. If you just throw yourself out there, you're gonna make things happen. That's really all it's about. You just gotta take action. Okay, now we have Jeffrey. He just started a few days ago and he already filled his first slot with a handyman down the street. So he made his first $500 sale within a few days. So that means he learned the whole 9x12 method and then started prospecting and then made his first sale just within a few days, which is awesome. And it gets simpler and easier from there because now the snowball is rolling. He's got word of mouth, he's got referrals, it's just gonna keep coming in. So that's how quick you can really start this thing up if you just take the first initial action. Okay, I'll be honest, I gotta read through the wins tab more often because I'm getting inspired right now. This is crazy. Kevin Collins said his first meeting in person with a real estate office, they bought the whole front side of the card. So, I mean, the front side of the card is like 8 slots. So technically that would be about $4,000 that he just made from one company. Now, granted, he might have given them a slight discount. Maybe he made $3,000, but this real estate company literally just canceled out half of his work for the month and he just made a ton of cash because of it. And this real estate company is probably going to get great results. Well, here's Pamela again. This is when she was brand new because I'm reading this in reverse chronological order. So she was brand new. She joined just last week. Loves to hear all the great ideas that we share. Guys, get in the community if you're not already. But after only a week, she's literally halfway through selling out her first card. Halfway in her first week. Her first week. She learned the whole 9x12 method. She probably took just like an hour or two to go through the course and learn it. She followed it step by step, and within a week, she is halfway through selling out her first card, which, remember, you sell out your first card, that's around $5,000 in profit. 1 week, halfway through. You guys can do it too. And this is what she did. She says, I do everything, email, door-to-door, and phone calls. She loves talking to people and getting out there in her community and bringing people together. So, I mean, if you are an extrovert, this is a great business for you. But me personally, I'm an introvert. But I love this business because you can do it all over email. So there's something for everybody. And she's doing all three because she's blessed to be an extrovert. Pamela, you're a sweetheart. Okay, we have PSGuy here. He's given us his update from Monday. He made 2 calls, and those 2 calls resulted in 2 sales for 3x4 spaces, which is usually around $500 in revenue. I'm just guessing because he didn't put his personal prices here, but 2 calls, 2 sales. Just put in the action, guys. You might make 2 calls and make 0 sales, but you're 1 step closer to a yes. He sent out some emails, got 0 leads, but that happens. I mean, there's slow days and there's fast days. But he messaged a travel agent, and he's in the negotiation process right now. Sometimes people are wishy-washy, but all around, that's 1 day's work. That's great. Now we have Spence, who completed his first card, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe he's from New Zealand, which is sick because he's actually proven that you can do this in any country. Any country that does direct mail, you can do this in. Some people in our group choose to do it virtually in the United States because you can do it all over email and phone. But other people like Spence choose to do it in their country, and he figured out just the slight changes he needed to make, like it's a slightly different size card, and he dialed it in, sold out his first card, and there it is in his hand. Pretty cool. And then another one, we have Rachel. This one's in the United States. They filled out their first card in Montana within 2 weeks. Within 2 weeks, they sold out their first card, and they're already excited for the next one, and I don't blame them because they made that seem like a breeze. And I mean, if you have a significant other that you want to jump on board with like they did, go for it. Work with a partner. Makes it even easier. You guys can split up the work. One person can work on the design. One person can be the bookkeeper. The extrovert can do all the talking. Don't be afraid to pair up with someone cool. It's such a casual business. You don't need to like interview 365 candidates. Find someone you like and be successful with them. PSGuy has been killing it. I think a lot of people, if you're in our group, you've been seeing his posts. He is posting daily, tons of value. And I appreciate that, man. But this 5th card that he sold out took him 1 week. Took him 1 week to sell out his 5th card. And because he's doing so many cards, he's doing them in all different locations. And he had one guy actually sign up for all of his locations for the entire year. And he paid all up front. That, I can imagine that's a lot of cash in your bank account right now, buddy. Congrats. Christopher got his first sale, and that resulted in some referrals as well. Congrats, man. Joshua's consistently pumping them out. He's got the 10K. He does the vertical 9x12s because usually we do them horizontally, but he's doing them vertically, which is pretty cool. And this is his April 9x12s he just put out. Pretty cool. Okay, another one from PSGuy. He says to follow up on emails. And I totally agree, and I'm going to read his story here because this is pretty cool. On my first card, I had my first $900 sale. They ghosted me and left me with a big spot that I needed to fill in a week. I gave a new barber a sweetheart deal of $100, that's a good deal, and a haircut for the spot just to have it filled. That's another thing. You can just barter. Like, barber can give you a haircut, you can give him a discount now. Just barter, trade. This is a lifestyle business. So fast forward, now I have a grateful client with the barber. Of course the barber loves him. He gave him a sweet deal. Who sends me referrals and gives me an amazing grooming. So now he literally has a salesperson that's just doing the work for free because this barber's connected with other business owners. Here's the fun part. I actually followed up with that ghosting client for a new territory, and they got back instantly and wanted in again. This time I had a plan. I immediately followed up with the art request and where I should send the invoice, and they responded immediately. I received the artwork and had the large invoice paid immediately. This was all done in less than a couple hours while I was at a business conference. It is kind of weird how sometimes people can seem so flaky and then all of a sudden they're in. It's like they totally forgot about you. So follow up. Always follow up. I like this one. This is Michael Hager. He's a legend in the community, and because he sold out his 9x12 card, he was actually able to send himself on vacation to Tennessee, I believe, and he was at the Grand Ole Opry show watching some awesome country singers. So, like Michael says, dreams really can come true. You just got to put in the action and watch the interview I have with Michael on the YouTube channel because he'll tell you how to put in that action properly. Now I'm going to leave it off with this last one from Rosanna because it's an absolute banger. But guys, seriously, if you're interested in the 9x12 method at all, you don't have to join the group right away. First, validate that is something you want to do. So at the end of this video, I'm going to point you to a video that tells you step by step exactly how I make sales and how you can make sales all over email. So you can do this working from home or do it on your lunch break like Michael Hager did, or just use this business to just escape whatever situation you're in, like I did when I first started out. Because seriously, like with no upfront cost to this business, it's almost a no-brainer to at least consider it if you're in a situation that you're not happy with. Okay, so let's get to Rosanna's. First card completed, 5 spots sold on the second one. Hey everyone, wanted to let everyone know that I started working on the 9x12 system around the 3rd week of March. It took about a month and a half to get my bearings, so to speak, and sell out my first card. That's pretty normal. A month and a half for the first one. Some people, it takes some time. I also have 5 spots sold on my second card, and I'm selling the spots at a much more rapid pace now. Exactly, it's like a snowball. Once you get that first card out, there's no slowing down. Like anything new, the first time you do it, it always takes longer. I've tried emailing, Facebook Messenger, cold calling. Cold calling has been by far the most effective. I tried a couple in person, but ended up in the same spot as if I cold called. Just getting an email of a contact person, so I went back to cold calling. Also, disclosure, I'm a realtor and have a lot of experience cold calling, so that definitely helped. Absolutely, and I mean, you shared your cold calling script in the group from what I remember, and it was pretty simple, so it's something that anybody can learn to do. I got 2 from Messenger, 1 from email, and the rest from cold calling. What usually happened was the person to speak to was not available, so they gave me their email, and I would send them the info, and then follow up with the phone call if no response. That's a great system. Usually it's going to be some kind of receptionist that's going to pick up the phone, and they're just going to give you an email for the boss to reach out to, and then you send an email with the information to the boss and say, hey, I just talked to your sweet receptionist. Here's that info we talked about. And then if the boss doesn't respond, give the boss a call. It's great. Usually the email I got, though, was the person I needed to speak to, and I usually got their actual name, so it was less of a cold email. Absolutely. I should add that a lot of the time I did end up speaking with the owner or manager, and he or she would give me their email to send them more info if they were interested, and I would follow up with them if I didn't hear back. So I'm addicted to this. Yesterday, I called the driveway sealer, and he immediately bought 1 spot for himself and 1 spot for his wife, who's a psychic. I get a little adrenaline rush when I sell a spot, so I was excited when I got off the phone. I couldn't even focus for a few minutes, LOL. I know the feeling. My husband and I watched Wolf of Wall Street the other day, and I said to my husband that when I sell a spot, I feel a little like that movie when they would make a sale. They would get so excited. So that's it. I'm eternally grateful that I saw Jake's video, and then Mitchell's after that. Grateful for Mitchell in this group. I'm grateful for you. Thanks for being here. And guys, if you want to be like these people, and you want to learn the basics of how to make a sale with the 9x12 method and just a little bit deeper into what the 9x12 method is, watch this video right here and it'll show you exactly what to do. But if you're ready to join the group, just check the link in the description and we'll see you in there. Bye-bye.